Welcome to MacKenzie's MapDash for Leases. This web-based application helps organizations with multiple locations around a region or around the country understand their leases and assets using the power of maps. Using geographic information systems, we can take data out of spreadsheets and put them on a map. Here, the dots represent locations where we have leases. The colors represent how soon those leases will be expiring. And as you move your mouse over top of any of the points, you get some basic information. We can zoom in to get more detail, and in this example we see there are actually 3 locations that have leases expiring at different times. To understand a little bit more about this location, we can hover over any of the points, and we can do things like change the backdrop base map, in this case looking at an aerial photograph. By clicking on the point, we see a pop-up window that gives us basic information from the database, and we can then launch some perspectives to understand more about the property. Here we can see a bird's eye perspective provided by Bing Maps that gives users the opportunity to see the sides of buildings, or we could launch a street view perspective using Google to understand what the site looks like from a street perspective. This is a powerful tool that helps users understand what amenities are in the area, what access issues might exist, and what the overall curb appeal perspective is of any particular site. We can link to other documents about the site, such as floor plans, and zoom in on those. And then we see there is a list of reports that are available for each location. This first report is a lease abstract, which takes pertinent information from the full lease document and puts it into this easy-to-read report. Users can also drill in to understand year-over-year expenses, both the base rent expenses as well as detail about total occupancy costs for things such as utilities. And of course, we can pull up the full lease document to get any other detail needed about that location. There are also reports available that look at the entire portfolio. Here we see all our sites sorted by expiration dates. And in these pop-ups you also have contact information about the landlord. So we can simply click on a link to send an email to the correct person, or if used on an iPhone or Droid mobile device, you could click the phone number to call that person directly. MapDash also includes rich market reports. In this case, we're looking at medical expenditures for the area around this site. These kinds of reports can be generated for different size trade areas. Here we see 5-minute drive times around each site. And if we switch over to a clearer base map, we could turn on 10-minute drive times, for example, to understand how big and impactful our markets are. There is a wealth of other data available within MapDash. Here we're looking at population density, and everything on this map is clickable to get more information. So as we change it, looking at population growth, we can see a chart that represents 10-year periods of growth for any area around our sites. Similarly, we could turn on a layer showing household income and look at the detail of incomes around a region. This is particularly powerful for certain users who need to understand how they may want to reposition their sites upon lease renewal. This colorful map layer shows lifestyles of the people living in this area. By clicking on a specific neighborhood, we see that it's primarily suburban splendor with 31% top rung. If we wonder what any of these categories mean, such as suburban splendor, we could see here that the median age is 41.6 years old, that their median household income is $121,000, and what kinds of things they like to do in their free time. This lifestyle or psychographic data becomes very powerful in understanding workforce or client relationships and where people live and work. MapDash also offers users a variety of tools. In this case, we're using a measurement tool to learn that our 2 sites are about 6 miles apart. So if we were to consider moving 6 miles up the road, where might that be? The map helps us understand such questions. As you can see, MapDash is a powerful tool that combines your data with a rich context of information using the power of maps. This can powerfully transform a business's lease renewal process into a comprehensive business strategy. For more information about MapDash for Leases and other powerful mapping tools by MacKenzie, please visit www.sayitwithamap.com.